Hey guys, it's Shaft, and wow, we have got a treat for you. I don't know how many people are familiar with like the SEA scene, but anyone who watched like the GSL would be familiar with like Kelly Milkies. She is a huge person when you are looking at like SEA, Southeast Australia, or Southeast Australia, wow, Southeast Asia and Australia, the New Zealand community. All of those I'm kind of lumping in one, but they have their own website, se2sea.com, where, you know, some awesome players like TT Pig, who plays on the same team as White Raw when he was on TT, players like Moonglade, frick, that Baneling guy, his name escapes me right now, but Targa Banelings, like even Artosis talks about those guys, like, actually I think Artosis just casted a, Targa game recently. I don't really remember. Anyways, the point is, Southeast Australia is brimming with StarCraft 2 talent, and today, guys, I have a game from one of their best players. There is a team, Terror Australis. I might not have said that right. Sorry, I'm not from there. I'm from North Carolina. I'm a honky-tonk, whatever. Anyways, Terror Australis. And they have this player, Deth, who plays for Team Envy, where Envy is the same team Moonglade is on. Now, everyone should know who Moonglade is. If you don't know who Moonglade is, go watch GSL Season 3, Season 4, one of those seasons. I don't really remember. Anyways, Moonglade is sick! Sick Zerg player. Well, we have Deth. We have Deth playing right now. And he's from Team Envy. He plays for Terra Australis as well. Period. And hi, Wesley. Welcome to the cast. Glad you're here. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Glad to hear it, man. Well, here on the top left-hand side of Belshir Vestige, it's our Zerg player, Rhinomeister, representing the great No Team. That's okay, though. Here on the bottom right-hand side, this player is teamed up. It's Envy's Deth. Now, some people may be a little familiar with this team as nVDeth. That was their name before they switched it over to Envy, which, you know, that's all well and good. But this is Deth. He's a Terran player, and he's going to be rocking our socks off in this awesome game. Little tidbit, guys, most people on North America, you know, they actually think that they own their own ladder. No, it's like our economy. China owns us. Southeast Asia owns us. Australia owns us. A third of our GM ladder right now, including this guy, Deth, who is GM, a third of it, 33%, all of them are from Southeast Asia. Think about the lag they are playing under, guys. You know, 2 seconds, 3 seconds lag. And they're owning us. Come on, foreigners, we got to do something.
Poor us.
Well, actually, I think they're considered foreigners as well. They're just a lot more serious about it.
Yeah.
Which I'd like to see our European teams and our American teams getting a little more serious. I'm not saying anything bad about any of the teams, but like Evil Geniuses, you know, they're kind of our go-to team. They're who we're thinking of at the highest tier, kind of. But really, other than Stefano, there's a lot of players on that team that have really... Oh, and Puma, of course. That have really big, like, followings, cult followings almost. You know, they're really good players, but they're not top tier. So, even Idra, you know, it would be nice to see him focus a little bit more, get better, in control. You know, just got married. He's got... you know, other things going on in his life. He's casting more. He's not... It's more like they're living on their fame rather than their skills. So
yeah.
It would be, you know, really awesome to see these guys getting a little more serious about the skill portion of the game rather than the fame. Now, we do have a Reaper coming out really, really quickly here for Rhinomeister, so another Reaper being queued up as well. Let's see, where does he have this rallied to? Oh, he's actually going right on into the natural there of Deth. Wow, sorry, of Rhinomeister, guys. It's late. I'm sorry about that. Now, I love the little bear paw, like, Druid of the Claw symbol going on. This is a bunker rush with Reapers. Oh my god, I just pooped my pants.
This is actually pretty standard now, Terran openers, it seems like. I've been seeing this. It's
standard, yes.
That Reaper, though.
But it's gotten a lot less common since Heart of the Swarm was actually released. This is more of a beta build. It's not something you see on ladder too terribly much.
Dude, I saw it like the early rounds at MLG Dallas.
Yeah.
Everybody did this shit.
Well, I think that's more because it's the early rounds. You do this against someone you don't think's that good. Or against someone who you think is like ridiculously better than you. Really the only two options.
Well, think about this. I mean, if you
Queen
can
dies.
keep these Reapers from dying...
Ooh, that was close. I thought it was dead. If you can keep these Reapers from dying, continue.
So if you can keep these Reapers from dying, they do regenerate
SCV
life when they're not in
actually
combat.
dies there. That's huge. The bunker rush is over. They regenerate a lot
they
out of
salvage
combat.
shit.
Yeah.
So the big thing is they were trying to keep these Reapers alive by running them around, and then if it didn't work, you just salvage the bunker, and it's almost, I mean, it really isn't that big of a cost to do that.
You lost the SCV basically and all the mining time.
Yeah, exactly.
Cost. Plus, you know, like 25% of the bunker, whatever. Third base goes down. You force out this many lings. Yeah, it's definitely cost effective there for Deth to do that. And Rhinomeister, actually, he does not have. Are those speedlings? Yeah. Okay, he does have speedlings. But he's not mining gas. Cool. Okay, he is going to kill off this bunker before it finishes. It looks like no, he's actually going to give it time to finish, and the Reaper's just going to run right on around, but he's going to target down that bunker. Not very good repairs, but yep, bunker goes head down. The SCV's buffering really well there. Looks like a lot of the Marines getting killed off. The Lings getting some reinforcements there. SCV's getting targeted down. Rhinomeister doing a really good job harassing Deth, paying him back for that early asshole-ish bunker placement. But remember, all these Lings and the reinforcement Lings could have been drones. Let's take a look at that income tab. It is 23 harvesters right now for our Terran player, whereas only 35 for Rhino. So Rhino in the lead, but with mules being worth about 4 SCVs apiece, and there's 3 orbital commands on the table, I'd say the income tab's about even.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've got our second and third gas now being taken. Our first one only just now becoming utilized. Still no Baneling's nest out on the map. No higher tech really for Rhinomeister. I'm wondering if he's going for Mutalisks or if he's going to go for, you know, more Ling-based tech.
Yeah. Well, at least he pushed those Lings out of the expansion there so he can get back to mining on it, because... Well, he actually lost. I thought he lost a good amount of. Yeah, he did. He lost 8 workers on that attack. So.
Yeah. Now, when I say a Ling-based tech, I'm more referring to like Infestor Ling or something like that. Whereas, you know, Mutas, of course, would use Ling and Baneling, but yeah, just clarifying that.
Yeah.
All right, nice little Overlord Scout, but it is going to get picked off before it reveals too much. Always worth it to do these kinds of things. Hey, Wesley, wake up!
I'm awake.
5th and 6th gas being taken now. This is like a 4 a.m. cast, guys. We are rocking it all night tonight.
Hey, so I saw something about nVDeth mention that he was, when he played Brood Wars, he was a race picker.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Race picking is when, like... Okay, let's say you're a Terran player, and you absolutely hate Terran vs. Terran. So you play Zerg vs. Terran instead. You know, obviously you play Terran vs. Zerg, so you understand the matchup. So you're playing Zerg to kind of pick at weaknesses you notice in your own play. That's a race picker. Actually, the example I just used is TLO. He started off as a Terran player, switched to Zerg and Terran vs. Terran, and now plays Zerg completely in Heart of the Swarm.
That works for me.
Yeah.
Do
you know what races he was picking from? Deth?
I don't know.
I think it's Terran vs. Zerg if memory serves, but I don't know for sure. Alright, so we've got a little bit of a push here. Hellions with Marine support against mostly a Ling army. He's going to try and buy some time by retreating the Lings. More Lings do spawn, so he wants to get the Terran in the wide open spaces there with creep, but of course nVDeth, too good of a player to actually get lured into that. He's just using this to apply pressure, force the Zerg to make some extra units. Actually, he may go ahead and try to kill off some of these creep tumors, and that would be huge. Oh, even getting the Overlord there, going ahead and actually close to supply blocking Reiner. Queen goes down.
So we're seeing another spine go down too, so it's probably going to be like we've been seeing recently where it's a lot of Ling muta play.
3 base versus 3 base as well. Actually, really the big tell, even without seeing, you know, the mutas and the upgrade for mutas and even the Spire, was really this 5th and 6th gas. When you see a player take that before he gets mineral saturation, that really tells you you're going to see Spire.
Oh, and in this upper right base, he's got 4 workers riding that gas.
Ah, that's better than 2. That is better than 2.
That's true, that's a lot better than 2.
Alright, so...
Oh, but he's only got 2 over here on this one.
Oh, God! Not again!
Doesn't work like that. And a 4th going down, too, for Rhinomeister, so he's really going to be...
Well, he has to stay a base ahead. He has to stay a base ahead. Any Zerg matchup, unless, except ZVZ, you have to be a base ahead. Alright, so we've got nVDeth more content to just apply pressure here. He's got his own 3rd base. He wants to delay this. He doesn't really care about killing it because a Zerg on 4 bases against a 3 base Terran is even. He is not ahead. So Deth is not going to overextend here, but well, he's got to be careful not to lose things to these Lings. He cannot pick up with Medivacs because of the Mutalisks here. And his Widowmine actually going to go ahead and get killed off before it can even burrow. Is that called burrow for Widowmines? I don't even know.
I think so.
Wow, when did Terran start using Zerg abilities?
Yeah, no kidding.
Alright, so I wonder if it's infested, actually. Wow, there is a crack in that supply depot wall.
Oh,
and
no.
Wow, Rhinomeister taking advantage of his opponent like a 7-year-old girl's lollipop.
Not again.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Wow, that's all I have to say, Deth. Making a bit of a mistake there, but, I mean, look, that looks closed. I mean...
It does, yeah. That fail win supply difference.
Wow.
That gap was a lot bigger like a second ago. Oh, and he's hitting that 3rd again, too.
Alright, so basically this has allowed Rhinomeister to go ahead and take over the mineral, take over this 4th base successfully. He'll just want to send guys over to the gas, not really worried about those minerals. He's also eked out a 27 harvester lead somehow. Wow. Epic sauce. Units lost tab, of course, favoring the Terran player, but that's really not that unusual in this matchup.
Right.
Okay, so where do you think the Terran goes from here to try to get back into this game?
I would say as many drops as possible, although he's got the mutas to contend with that, so...
Yeah, I think
if he can,
you're right, though. Drops
if he can really do, like, multi-pronged drops, if his micro's good enough to do that, that'll help him out a huge deal.
Or even if he just drops while little harassments like this one here in the natural are taking place, you know, he could do something with this, but right now he's just leaving his medevacs there to support Marines that aren't actually in battles, but the Widowmines, of course, getting these little pot shots off always helps out a little bit. And here's a drop, just like you were talking about, even killing off that base that was not canceled. Indeed. And, you know, he is going to lose the dropship, he is going to lose the Marines, but you know what? He killed that base, and it pays for itself. Now, of course, Rhinomeister is a pretty good player here, and of course he's going to build the deadly 2-spine, 1-spore combo that stops most drops in their place. Of course, it's only going to stop drops in the mineral line. He can still drop here, but of course this is a better position for the Zerg because he can surround that. This, that's hard to surround. Alright, so we've got 3 upgrades coming out for both players as well as adrenal glands. Question becomes now, remember that beast game where adrenal glands got canceled? Are we going to see a drop kill off this this pool before it can actually happen? Now we've got Ultralisks coming out a lot sooner in this game as well, mostly because the Mutalisks have not been replenished here. And that's really an important concept to walk away with here. We've only got 20 mutas on the map. We've got a small engagement here with Mutalisks harassing mostly Bio Widowmine army. Marine Marauder Medevac Mines. Wow.